To get a label, there often needs to be a logo.
The first thing I ask people is, do you have a logo? Do you need a logo? And sometimes they have one, sometimes they don't.
From there, the graphics need to be created.
A lot of people come and they're opening a restaurant or, a retail store, and they'll say, well, here's my logo. What should I do? And then I get to design how the sign is going to be made.
Rachel O'Donoghue owns Lexington Signs and Graphics. She's been creating logos, crafting signs, and installing decals for 30 years.
When I was young, I used to go to those car shows, with the old cars, and I used to love all the murals on the sides of them and the signs, like where people would put, whatever year the car was. So somehow I thought, that's what I want to do.
She ended up at Butera School of Art, where she studied the art of sign making.
When I started, I would do side jobs for people I knew. I'd know somebody who had a business, and they'd say, want to letter my truck? And I'd go, okay. It was, nerve-wracking at first.
Today, O'Donoghue has a shop in Burlington, Massachusetts, where she designs, prints, and installs her creations.
What I do down here is the truck, but sometimes it's a combination of print and cut, or partial wrap, or the one that's out here is, it's got a big printed graphic on it and then letters. So it's not a wrap, but it's not plain either.
What O'Donoghue says you may not know about signs, there's a lot of rules.
So most people have never bought a sign. So the new people who are starting businesses will call and say, I'm starting a business, what do I do? Every town has different sign bylaws, very much like commercial building, where you have to have a permit, they have to have, insurance coverage, everything has to be approved. It's also a safety thing if you're hanging a sign over a sidewalk.
O'Donoghue says she truly loves the variety in her day, helping her clients and seeing her designs out and about on the road.
I have different customers all the time, different artwork. I like to be creative and design the signs.
Perfectly organized cabinets, labels all lined up in a row. Organizational videos have taken social media by storm, but it's the humble name label that can really get the job done.
Best Name Tape manufactures labels to prevent clothing and equipment from being lost. We're widely used in industries like schools, camps, nursing homes, religious organizations, and military academies.
Seems simple, right? But Best Name Tape owner Jonathan Snyder says people often forget they need to label clothing, sporting equipment, or even instrument cases.
I don't think they realize it, but sure enough, usually a week before camp starts, they do start to realize it, and there are a lot of rush orders and rush processing going on.
Snyder didn't plan on working in the label industry, but it seems to have stuck.
I went to University of Vermont and got a degree in art, got a master's certificate in graphic design and multimedia design, got a job at a t-shirt company. Experience with that brand made me want to start my own brand of t-shirts, which is where Bunk Captain came from, and the labels were just a nice thing to add into it.
Bunk Captain is Snyder's passion project, inspired from his days at Amesbury's Camp Bowercrest. Bunk Captain is a line that works directly with camps to create customized apparel for campers.
I was very nervous going away to camp. It can be very scary. A lot of kids get homesickness the first year at camp. So Bunk Captain is sort of there to kind of spark that first conversation with your bunkmates, kind of be that cool t-shirt that you see someone wearing and ask them a question about it.
Snyder hopes to expand Bunk Captain, but the labels, or rather name tapes, are his bread and butter.
We manufacture the labels here, and we actually ship them out to the customer who has the clothes with them, and they will apply the labels to the clothing themselves.
Customization is where Best Name Tape shines. Snyder loves working with clients to create the perfect label so items won't get lost.
I love putting a smile on someone's face. So when I see a decal that I've designed drive by on someone's car, or a t-shirt design that I've designed on somebody walking by, it brings me a lot of joy and makes what I do all worth it.
Best Name Tape works with summer camps throughout the country, but John Snyder says back to school often sneaks up on parents, and some then rush to get their labels in for kids' supplies and equipment. And back to Rachel O'Donoghue at Lexington Signs and Graphics. She does much of the work at her shop, but says she also uses other vendors for larger projects like full vehicle wraps and signs with heavier materials. Coming up, fashion with a purpose.